Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my privilege to introduce our host for the day. Rashmi is currently Asia's only professional lady quiz host. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she has hosted close to 1,000 shows across India, Singapore, and several countries across the Middle East. She is the only woman to have been invited to host a quiz at Kuwait for the last 5 years. She was recognized by Business World as 40 under 40 as a personality from India to reckon with. She was the winner of the Quiz Host of the Year 2022 by SMX Leadership Summit. She's been part of this quiz for many years, as she has been part of several quizzes such as Tata Crucible, the Union Bank Quiz, the Rural IT Quiz, TCS Inquisitive, just to name a few. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started. Time to welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my dear teachers. Welcome to the third semi-final of the World Teachers Quiz Know It All, brought to you by TeacherTribe.world in collaboration with Grey Caps Knowledge Tribe and Brain Pulses. Well, this is the last semi-final, after which the top two scorers from this semi-final will move into the world finale. We have already identified the other finalists. Time for us to get to know these semi-finalists here today and then identify the top two who will join the rest of them in that world finale. So let's get started and get to know our semi-finalists for the day. Our first semi-finalist representing Sunbeam School Lahartara is Sanjeev Kumar. Representing the Vidyaniketan Public School from Bengaluru is Suma. From the west, representing the SUTR High School from Amdanga is Samrat Maitra. From the west again, from Kolkata, representing the DPS School from Ruby Park is Ajay Bhattacharya. And completing the lineup for us here today from Bengaluru, again from Vidyaniketan early years, is Gayatri Sriram. Ladies and gentlemen, these teachers have gone through multiple rounds to reach this semi-final here today, and now they will battle it out to ensure that they get into that world finale. This is the fourth season of the World Teachers Quiz, and year on year, we have great performance from these teachers. Let's see what they have in store for us this year. Let's get started with this semi-final. The first round of the semi-final coming up is Unlock the Mind. Here we go. Six questions in this round, all of them appearing on your screen. They are visuals, so along with these visuals, you have corresponding questions coming from me. Remember, the moment you press your buzzer, you're letting me know that you already know the answer, so I will stop reading the question. You cannot ask me to complete the question after you have pressed the buzzer. Keep that in your mind. 50 points is what you'll get if you get it right, and minus 50 if you get it wrong. So let's get started. The buzzers are highly sensitive, so please be very careful. There are consequences if you press the buzzer. Even if you choose not to answer, you will get a negative. So please be very careful. The first question of the semi-final coming up on your screen now. This is the inside part or inside portion of which machine? It's the world's largest scientific experiment stretching across 3 countries. Samrat, go ahead.
It is the Large Hadron Collider.
Large Hadron Collider is absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that is Samrat. All right. He gets a plus 50 on the first question. Good score there technically as an opening batsman for the semi-final. So let's move on into the next question. Coming up on your screen, here we go. After which astronomer who was one of the first to postulate? Sanjeev, go ahead, sir.
Nicholas Copernicus.
You have to give me a slightly better answer. Your second name that you told me is not correct.
Nicholas Copernicus.
Plus 50. Absolutely right. Nicholas Copernicus is what I was looking for. The question, ladies and gentlemen, after which astronomer who was one of the first to postulate the heliocentric theory is the element 112 named? Nicholas Copernicus is what I was looking for, and he gets a plus 50 on that. Let's move on to question number 3, coming up on your screen. Here we go. What's the name of this input device usually used with the tablet? Sanjeev, go ahead.
Ma'am, it's a stylus used for a DG board or a TV panel in the classroom.
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, the initial versions of stylus, when it was probably created long ago, centuries ago, is this. Plus 50 on that. Stylus is what I was looking for as an answer. Moving on. Question number 4 coming up on your screen. Here we go. What is the name given to the trunk that is found in a Tesla car? Look at the placement of the trunk. It's in the front of the car. Sanjeev, go ahead.
I think, ma'am, is it Frunk? Frunk.
Frunk is absolutely right. He gets another plus 50 on that one. All right, moving on. Question number 5 coming up on your screen now. The science behind these mountains are... Ajay, go ahead.
Is it a rainbow mountain? Rainbow.
The science behind these mountains are the environmental conditions. What is the name given to these mountains in Peru due to their colors? Rainbow Mountains is absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that is Ajay. All right, they're doing very well. Let's move on to the final question in this round coming up on your screen. Here we go. These are touchpads used in which sport to track the timing of the athletes? Touchpads used in a certain sport used to record the timing of the athletes. Ajay, go ahead.
Is it gymnastic?
Gymnastic. And where exactly would this be placed for them to?
Actually, where they jump actually.
Or on the floor, you mean they can be put on the floor? All right. Logic-wise, maybe I am not really sure how that works. If I'm not wrong, gymnastics, it does not work with the timing that way. Minus 50 on that. What I was looking for is swimming. If you think back on how swimming works, they usually go across, touch the what we think is the wall of the swimming pool, and then come back. So what actually happens is they record the timing using these touchpads on the walls of the swimming pool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've completed the first round of this semi-final already. Time for us to take a look at the score. All right. Sanjeev is leading this quiz with 150 points and Samrat on 50 points. Ajay both gaining and losing 50 points. Hence, he's back on nil. So are Gayatri and Suma. All of them are yet to score, but too soon to comment on the scores because we've only completed the first round of this quiz. We have many more rounds to go. So let's move on and set the pace. Here we go. Similar to the previous round, we have 6 questions in this round as well. Images coming up on your screen and corresponding questions from me. All right. The first one coming up on your screen. Here we go. This site was originally known as the... Go ahead, Sanjeev on the buzzer.
12 Apostles, Melbourne.
12 apostles from Melbourne, he says, is absolutely right. That's all I was looking for as an answer. Even if he had told me Australia, that was good enough for me as an answer. Plus 50 on that. Let's move on to the next one. Coming up on your screen. Here we go. Who is this engineer who built a steel monument? Go ahead, Sanjeev on the buzzer.
It's a Gustav Eiffel.
He's not allowing me to complete my questions today. Identify this engineer who built a steel monument that still stands and is designed, and he has also designed a statue. And both are major attractions in two different continents. Gustav Eiffel is what I was looking for. Plus 50 on that to him. Very good answer there. Let's move on to question number 3. Coming up on your screen. Here we go. These are the patterns that you see on the big cats, right? Jaguar, leopard, and cheetah. All I want you to tell me is what is the name of these distinctive patterns that are on their skin? It has a specific name. Suma, go ahead.
Is it crochet?
Could you repeat your answer, please?
Crochet.
Getting a minus 50 on that. This is the pattern that is naturally occurring on the animals. What you're talking about is more knitting and things like that. What I was looking for is rosettes. Rosettes as an answer. All right. She gets a minus 50 on that one. Question number 4 in this round, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Apple seeds are considered poisonous as they produce what compound when chewed or crushed? Go ahead, Mr. Sanjeev on the buzzer.
It's a cyanide, ma'am.
Cyanide is absolutely right. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, when you chew on apples or when it is crushed, it gives out cyanide as a compound. Getting a plus 50 on that is Sanjeev. Let's move on to question number 5, coming up on your screen now. At 24.9 kilometers, Olympus Mons, which towers over the Mount Everest, is found on which solar... Go ahead, Samrat on the buzzer.
It's found on Mars, the planet Mars.
My question, on which planet in the solar system can you find this particular Olympus Mons? The image that you're seeing is basically, it is placed on Earth to show the difference on how large it is. Mars is absolutely right. Samrat getting a plus 50 there. Good answer by him. He connected it very quickly and very well. Let's move on. The last question of this round coming up on your screen. What is so unique about this air conditioner? Something unique about this air conditioner? Sanjeev, go ahead.
Ma'am, this is made from 3D printer.
The first 3D printed air conditioner is what you're seeing on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Plus 50 to Sanjeev. He seems to be extremely prepared for this semi-final here today. Let's take a quick look at the score before we move into the third round of this semi-final. Coming up on your screen is the score. All right, Sanjeev is on 350 points. Close behind him with 100 points is Samrat. Suma getting a negative early on in the second round, and she's on a minus 50. Gayatri and Ajay are both yet to score. Ajay, of course, gained and lost in the first round, which is why he is back on nil. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through into this semi-final. Time for us to move into the next round of this quiz and think beyond. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the third semi-final of the World Teachers Quiz Know It All, brought to you by TeacherTribe.world in collaboration with Grey Caps Knowledge Tribe and Brain Pulses. We have completed half of the semi-final. We have 2 more rounds to go, after which the top 2 scorers from the semi-final will make it into that world finale. The next round is called Think Beyond, and we have 4 questions in this round. Multiple clues coming up on your screen, multiple images, and all you need to do is give me one overall answer after connecting all the clues on your screen. Please ensure that you take into account all the clues on your screen. It does not matter to me whether you know the individual answers of all the clues, but the overall answer, the connection between all of them is what I require as an answer. Please bear that in mind before you give me your answers. The scoring pattern is absolutely the same. 4 questions in this round. Coming up on your screen is the first one. Here we go.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत.
Sanjeev on the buzzer. Go ahead, sir.
Ma'am, it's a Oppenheimer. Overall answer. I can identify only one gentleman, which is director of the movie, something Christopher. And when he was dead, then last Gita quote, if I am not wrong.
All right. With only one clue on his screen, he gives me the answer as Oppenheimer. Just for you to, let me just tell you what the others are on the screen. What you're seeing are small little models of the bombs, that is Fat Man and Little Boy on your screen, and the Manhattan skyline there representing the Manhattan Project, which was the project name given to the bomb that was created. Oppenheimer is absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that is Sanjeev. All right, let's move on to the next one. Coming up, here we go. Connect all of this to a country. Go ahead, Gayatri on the buzzer.
Mozambique,
Mozambique. Can you tell me why you say Mozambique?
because of the national, what do you call that, world reserve, and the president there, and the gun which represents their country.
Which actually appears on their flag as well. She's absolutely right. Mozambique is what I was looking for as an answer. All right, she gets a plus 50 on that one. Let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. Here we go. A person for an answer, a ruler for an answer. Oh, go ahead, Suma on the buzzer.
Is it Ashoka?
King Ashoka is absolutely right. What you're seeing on your screen is everything that connects to the King Ashoka. Plus 50 on that to Suma. Let's move on. The last one in this round, an entity for an answer coming up on your screen now.
People work nearly 10 years. I reached the Srihari Kota, and it's in the launch pad. Countdown was going on.
Samrat on the buzzer, go ahead. What's your answer?
It's Vikram Sarabhai.
And why do you say Vikram Sarabhai?
Something to do with ISRO and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam present.
All right. So ISRO, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on the screen, all of them connecting to Vikram Sarabhai also on the screen there. Plus 50 on that. Absolutely right. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, all the questions have been answered correctly in this round. Let me tell you what all of them stand before we move into the last round of the semi-final. All right. Sanjeev is on 400 points, and along with him on the second place is Samrat with 150 points. Gayatri on 50 points, and Suma actually lost the 50 points because she took a negative a little early on. Okay, one more round to go. Let's move on to the last lap. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the last round of the semi-final, after which we will know who are the top 2 scorers who have made it into that world finale. 200 points up for grabs. I have 4 questions in this round. Images coming up on your screen with corresponding questions from me. The first one coming up, here we go. This is the largest living rodent and a member of the genus Hydrochorus, native to South America. They are semi-aquatic. Ajay on the buzzer, go ahead.
It's Tasmanian devil.
Tasmanian devil would usually be New Zealand or Australia and not South America. I very clearly said native to South America, getting a minus 50 on that. I was actually continuing the question to give you more clues, saying that they are semi-aquatic and are sometimes called the water hogs. As far as I know, Tasmanian devils are not semi-aquatic at all. The answer that I was looking for is capybara. Capybara is what I was looking for as an answer. Moving on to question number 2, coming up on your screen. Here we go. This is the floor plan of which iconic structure? Go ahead, Ajay on the buzzer.
It is Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal is absolutely right. If you look at it closely, it is the entire blueprint of the Taj Mahal, giving him that 50 points there. All right. I think if you remove all the negatives that Ajay has taken today, he would have been on 100 or at least 150. But sometimes you simply have to play the game. You can't really think a lot about the negatives. So I understand the strategy with which he is playing the game. Last 2 questions in this round and in the semi-final, the penultimate one coming up on your screen. Connect both of them. There is one answer. Samrat on the buzzer, go ahead.
The Black Widow.
The Black Widow. Can you give me some more information?
The Black Widow, the spider, which we are seeing on the right of the screen.
Right.
It has the infamous notoriety of devouring all its offsprings as well as the husband. And on the left, we have the Marvel's character, Black Widow.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. He knows all about Black Widow. Plus 50 on that. Very good answer from him. The final one in the semi-final, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on your screen now. This is the Roman god of fire. A natural disaster borrows its name from his name. What is his name? Ajay, go ahead. He's on the buzzer.
It's Vesuvius.
You have to give me a better answer. I said a natural disaster.
It's a volcanic eruption. Active volcanic eruption.
Volcanoes or his name, which is Vulcan.
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 Yes.
Vesuvius would be very specific to one particular volcano. That is not what I was looking for. But since you are on the right track, I thought it makes sense for me to push you a little to give me the right answer. Volcanoes or Vulcan, both would have given them plus 50. Absolutely right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed this semi-final. Let's take a look at a final look at the scoreboard. All right. Sanjeev from Sunbeam Lahatara winning this semi-final with 400 points, and close behind him as a runner-up with 200 points is Samrat Moitra from SUTR High School, Amdanga. Both of them making it through into that world finale. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen how all of them have played. You have seen all the semi-finals. It's time for us to move into the world finale now. I must tell you, I'm very sure you're going to be at the edge of your seats for the world finale because I know how capable these finalists are. I really hope you'll join me in the world finale. Please be there. You take care.